guys, it's Alana with the FriendlyBands SunshineLoom. Today we're going to be making the X band. For this bracelet you can do different combinations of colors in different places for different looks. Today I'm going to be making my X band to go with this Sunshine FB charm. Let's pick out our colors. I already have my rubber band set up inside my lid underneath the wheel. We're going to use charcoal today. I think aqua would look good with this sunshine. And my favorite color, lavender. Okay, now let's do our first step. We're going to set the pattern. So let's start over on our start side over here. Now for the X band, you're going to set the outside and the inside circles. And then we're going to do X's in between. So I'm going to use my charcoal and go from 24 to 1, 24 to 48, and then we're just going to go all the way around on the outside and inside circles until we reach our desired size. Now for the X band, the number of odd pegs in the center is how many X's you're going to have in your final pattern. I'm just going to make mine today to be a small bracelet, and a small bracelet will have 8 to 9 X's. Okay, so here's the small. I'm going to do mine with 9 X's, and 9 X's comes out to the 41st peg. This is the center of the 9th X. So I'm going to go from 17 to 18, and then 18 to 42, one in front of my last odd number. Now let's go back to the start side, and we're going to lay down the inner circle. Alright, now that we're getting to the end here, we're going to go diagonal and meet at 42. Here we go. We're going to go from 65 in this case to 42. This will vary based on your size. Now let's go back to the start side, and we're going to set our X's. So for my X's, I'm going to do something a little unique here. I'm going to do alternating colors. I'm going to go from 25 to 2 with my lavender. I'm going to take my aqua and go from 25 to 1. Lavender from 25 to 48. And then aqua from 25 to 49. And I'm going to keep this pattern for every X. So that pattern, again, you're going to go from the odd peg, number 27, in your upper right, lavender, down for aqua, left for lavender, and up with aqua. And we're going to keep going in that pattern, up, down, left, and up. And we're going to go all the way around using the same pattern. Odd number first, And when you're setting your pattern, it's really important that you go in the same direction with each X. So we're going to keep going in our clockwise rotation for every single X, and it makes our hooking in the second step a lot easier. Alright, and for these last couple ones here, your last X should land right on these last pegs, so it should overlap over that diagonal you made. We're going to go up, down, left, and back up. Alright, now we're going to place double bands over the centers of our X's and then over the last peg as well. So back over to our start side. We're going to place, I'm going to use black today. So you're going to take that charcoal band and pull, twist, and loop. Again, you're going to pull, twist, and loop. And when you're doing this, you want to make sure that the X you make when you twist gets hooked onto the left prong there as you pull it over. So you get a double band on that center. Twist and loop. Pull, twist, and loop. We're going to keep going over all of the X's here in the middle. Alright, here's our last X. And then we're going to do this last band here. For me it's number 42. And in the same color, the charcoal, pull, twist, and loop. Alright, so now that we've set our pattern, our next step is to lock the pattern. So we're going to move over to the hook side, which is the end. Grab our hook, and we're going to lock the pattern by pulling on this middle double rubber band. Then you're going to hook under for this aqua right here, and then pull over. Push back, hook, and pull over. And this is why it's important that you go in a clockwise fashion, so you can do this in the same way on each X. So I like to hook back the double rubber bands, and you're going to grab this rubber band here closer to that peg and pull over, push back, hook, and over, push back, hook, over. And there are a couple of tips I can give you to make this a little bit easier. It can be a little tricky at first. I like to hook this whole section, all of these black rubber bands for this double here. Make sure you don't get anything else like this purple that's trying to sneak in. There we go. And then grab it near the pegs. That's why it's nice when you go in the same order. I always know that that's my top rubber band. And grab these here, and then there, and another neat tip is when you get down to 2 rubber bands, you know exactly which rubber band you're going to grab because there are only 2 colors on there. Even if you do the same colors though, you know that this rubber band here is going to be this one just because of the shape of the way the rubber band lays. You're going to do this all the way around until you get back to the start side. Purple's trying to sneak in again. It's alright, just push it aside. And it's okay if the rubber bands pop off like that off the center peg. You can just pull it right back across. Alright, and here's our last X. So it's the same thing. We're going to hook, twist, grab, and pull over, push back, hook, and over, push back, hook, and over, and push back, and over. And we're going to go back to our hook side, and we're going to do the outside and the inside circles. So here again, you're going to hook back the double rubber band, twist your hook so that you can grab the top rubber band for this side, and pull over. Pull over. Now I like to do just one circle at a time so I don't skip any links in between. I'm going to do the inside first. You can do the inside or the outside. And we're going to push back all those rubber bands and grab that bottom rubber band. And we're locking our pattern in place. Go. So in the process of doing this, you may come across an X like that didn't quite hook all the way over. It's okay, it's easy to fix, just pull it over as you get to it when you're doing the outside. Oh, there we go again. Just gonna fix that there. Push back, hook, and over. And so you'll notice that the bottom of the X you have to push back a lot more. Then when you get to the top of the X here, it's a lot easier because you have that little gap that's made by the X. Alright, we're almost done with the inside. There we go. So now we're at the diagonal. You can hook that over at this point too. We're going to go back to our hook side, and we're going to do the outside circle now. Push back, pull over, and we're just going to go all the way around just like the inside. Here's another little guy who didn't quite make it. Help him along there. I find it helps if your rubber band slips up here and it's hard to put on your peg, just slip it to the end and there's a little catch it sits in. Alright, Alright, then we're going to pull our diagonal across. Now you can actually use your hook to attach your link. It may be a little easier. On the start side on peg 24, you're going to pull all of the rubber bands off of peg 24 and just slide on your FB link. Super easy. Now that hook can go back into its home. And we're ready for our final step. We're going to remove our creation. So you're just going to tug gently from side to side, all the way around. Go. Well, now I'm going to be adding my FB charm. I'm going to add the sunshine here to the middle. First we're going to attach the other end. So you just pull that tight and it slides right on. Great, now we're going to take our FB link. I like to do it kind of in the middle. And right in that double circle you made with the charcoal rubber band, you're going to slip your FB charm right into that hole there. And there you have it. That's the X band from the FriendlyBands SunshineLoom. Bye guys, I'll see you later.